Hi, I'm Rowan, and today we are going to be upgrading a piece of equipment that we've had forever, as usual. This is an HP Pavilion desktop. It is really old. I think we bought it when it was brand new, probably from Best Buy, 2014, 2017. I don't know. It's got a 7. We'll go with 2017 for the 7th generation Intel Core i7-7700 processor. Man, that's a lot of syllables. Anyhow, it originally shipped with 12 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. Yeah, that's an odd number, right? I mean, 8 and 4, that's unbalanced. And a 1 terabyte spinny drive and, and an Nvidia GeForce GT 730 graphics card. Woohoo! That was really good. No, it wasn't. Even back then, it wasn't very good. But it's allowed this PC to have multiple monitors hooked up. And it has a DVD writer and a wireless ABGNAC Elemento P Bluetooth and yeah. Okay, so what are we going to be doing with this today? Yeah, we're definitely going to change out that GT 730. Now, a sensible thing would be to install this. This is, yes, it's low profile, but it's a GeForce GT 1030. And it's the obvious upgrade from the 730. And it's very liable to work. You can see it's a single width card. And it has 2 outputs, HDMI and a DVI. And yeah, that would be a reasonable upgrade, right? And it's very likely to fit in this box. We're not very sensible here. So we're going to install this. Yep, it's a 3050, the notorious 6 gigabyte version. Yes, GDDR6, 6 gigabytes. Come on, guys. What the hell? You see this? This is crap. You don't put freaking stickers over the info. 2 gigabyte GDDR5, so it's a generation faster than the other one. So, what's the big deal? Well, this card is twice as thick, and it's kind of long compared to the other one. And, well, it's got 3 outputs like the other one does. Okay. And, what else is going on? Well, it's quite a bit of a chonker compared to the other one. I know it's tiny compared to, a frickin' RTX 5080, but it's pretty big compared to the little Zotac. And why am I making a big deal about this? Well, this is not an ATX case. This is not a mini ATX case. This is like a weird business case, which isn't. Technically, it's an ITX case. So, here we are. Let's take a look at what's inside, because this is where things get fun. This box is definitely custom HP. Serica, don't mess with it. You're not allowed to play with it. We don't care how much money you paid for it. You don't get to play with it. Oh, I need to play with it. I need a tool. I'll be right back. So, this'll do it. This is going to be big enough for it. Well, okay, now it's right. Oh, except these are those weird little HP flathead with something in the middle thing. Screw that. We're going to use a flathead. Here we go. We have mounted the flathead And we have 1, 2, 3 screws to take off this plate. And then we can get a clearer view of what's underneath here. All right, we're going to do that. And yeah, it's all right. So we have this spinny disc here, but we're not really using it. We left it plugged in, but we didn't plug in the data cable portion. Let's move that way over there. We got a screw jettison. That's okay, we'll find it. Or the vacuum will, the Roomba. Alright, so dinky little card here. Okay, there are 2 screws over here. I don't know if you can see them, they're there. Let me bring up the overhead. There we go, and there's that, and there's that. And you know what, we're going to go to the full screen here. Let's hope we have that set up. Now let's unscrew this really freaking gently. Oh, we got it loose. Oh, there we go. There we go. And finger that off. So now we need to work with this one here. You know, this is a ridiculous amount of screws. This is all part of that strategy on HP's part to make it really difficult to get into a piece of equipment that you want to do something with. Because, well, God forbid that you should be able to do something with the equipment you bought. Okay, we're going to put that over there. Yeah, there's going to be a lot over there involved. Okay, so what are we seeing here in the overhead? Well, right now I'm not able to see anything because there's a power supply in the way. This is a 180 watt power supply, by the way, but it'll be fine. All right, there's a release tab here. You can sort of kind of see it here, maybe. Here, let me move it so that you can see that there is a release tab here, and it's right next to that little capacitor. And I believe we need to push it up. There. And that released our card enough that we can pull it out. Yay. Oh, that's on loose. Whatever. That's our GTX 730. Now, we have a problem, Houston. Well, maybe I should go get a hacksaw like certain other people I've seen doing their videos. No, we're not. We're going to have to get rid of this little drive here. And honestly, we don't really care about it. Used to be, everybody was like, ooh, it's a DVD writer. It's a video writer. It writes Blu-rays, blah, blah, blah. Everybody loved that. But now, nobody cares about physical media. Well, they're gonna sometime in the near future, I'm pretty sure. But not right now. Hold on. I'm making some more room in the over there space. And noise. Now, how do we open this up? Well, there's a couple of little screws sticking through here. That tells me that there's an attachment over here. There's the head on this side of the plastic. Yay. And that is, of course, somewhere behind all this. Okay. So we have to open those up. And there's a little secret to this. See? We can try popping these off. And it only goes so far because this plate here is part of the hard drive assembly, DVD assembly. But look, this fingering thing that's going on down here. There is a tiny little So there's a little dark space down here. There's actually a little tab there. There's a little notch in the metal there. And there's a little tab right under there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick our finger there and we're gonna push there. Oh, did you see that move? Oh, yeah. All right, we're gonna unplug the, yeah, we haven't been using that either. We unplugged the SATA for that also. We haven't had the power plugged in for some reason. And you can see that we can open this part, and look at that. We can open this part, and now we can slide this assembly out. We can push the little tab again and again and get the hard drive. I keep calling it a hard drive. We can get the spinny thing out, the DVD, whatever, yeah, DVD writer out. It wrote DVDs. Okay. What do we have here? It's mounted. Okay. Oh, look at that. There's a 1, 2, 3. All right. And we use the old flathead screwdriver-oo. Does it fit in there? Oh, barely. It's a good thing when things fit, whether it's barely or not. When you're screwing and unscrewing, you want things to fit well, because if they don't, you might have an oopsie. Well, even if they do fit well, you might have an oopsie. Speaking of oopsies, if we take all 3 screws out, gravity's gonna have its way with us. So let's put a hand under there. Let's get this loose. There we go. Now that we got it loose, we'll put a hand under there, or we'll just turn it like this, and then we'll slowly unscrew the screw. Oh, hey. Okay, why is gravity not having its way with us? Well, can't just pull it off. It's not magnetized. It's not riveted. That wouldn't put, oh, here, there we go. These things here. These are little friction effers. So, oh, that worked. And that leaves us with this ugly thing. So, we have got this brown and black set of cables that comes right across here and then comes down and is retained over to here. I only mention that because we're going to be putting a really big graphics card in it. There's a capacitor right there. That's annoying, don't you think? Maybe they did this on purpose to be jerks. And we have this thing here that looks like a main board power, but it isn't. It is not a standard power supply adapter. I don't know. Is this actually a standard power supply? I would be really surprised if it were. Look over here. There'll be a note saying whether or not this is a valid statement on my part, or if this is going to be end of it. But if we can, we'll try to get a ITX power supply that's bigger and see if that works. But for now, what we need to do is tuck some cables and make sure these are nice and pushed down, and make sure they're not all crunchified. And yeah, because we're going to put this big baby in here. Oh, there's a slot here that we need to break open. And of course, we're doing this with we're doing this I need more room. Put more stuff over there. we're doing stuff. Ah, there we go. That was satisfying. We just pop that little plate over. And now we're gonna wiggle it back and forth. Wiggle it. Oh, that was even more satisfying. Come on, break it. Break. Okay. Why'd we do that? Well, there's vents here and there's no vents here, so vents, no vents. Let's make vents. Okay. So now we are gently moving things into place, and then we're gonna make sure that those 3 brown cables don't get smushed. Oh, see that? There's a little overlap going on here, and luckily, there, that fixed it. Now make sure those 3 brown cables don't get crushed between anything and anything else. And then that's not in. Why is it not in? Well, there we go. No, not yet. Oh, hi, I'm Rowan. I've been doing this forever and a day. Let's try that again. All right, now. How did you ruin your piece of crap equipment and your piece of crap card? Oh, I was trying to make him not so crappy. Okay. So everything is shifted over, and yeah, that's really tight there, but it's on there. Okay. And now we're going to plug things in and use the Elgato Clapture. Oh, I've been taken by the Clapture. Okay. We're going to plug things in and then turn it on. Okay, so we're back. As you can see, we have some stuff plugged into the side here. Mouse, keyboard, power, video going to our Elgato capture card. And now we're going to switch over to the Elgato, and we're going to push the power button, which is a little thing hidden way over here. And now we're waiting. And oh, look at that. We have post. Executing post delay, because we like to do that. And oh, okay. Voila! La-di-da! Surprise, 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 as Gomer Pyle would say. We have Windows. Here we are. We've got Furmark running. It's been running for a while. You probably already saw the benchmark. Here it is right here, in fact. Yeah, so this is about what you can expect from a RTX 3050 running on a 7th generation Intel CPU. And yes, there's a lot of technical difficulties involved in putting a GPU in one of those machines, but you see it can be done. And honestly, if your card doesn't want to fit, you can check and see if that big plastic shroud that's doing nothing actually can be trimmed away without, affecting where your fans are sitting. And, as long as the inner fan shroud itself isn't compromised, you shouldn't have any difference in the amount of airflow happening. But that's a bit more technical. We can show you more of that later. Right now, however, with the 3050, RTX 3050 sitting in this really old PC, you're getting about 54 frames per second, and it's not a super duper gaming PC, but it works, and you can get better productivity out of one of these old machines by upgrading the video card. So, what are we going to do about the sound levels? Well, honestly, we've already done some stuff, and we'll be showing you that in a future video. But for now, let's show you what the audio levels look like. Here we are. So we have our sound meter sitting on our Android phone, sitting right up next to the sound source. And you can tell that we're pulling, well, when I close my mouth, we're pulling between 47 and 50 dB. Yeah, about 47 to 50 dB. And if I turn on Mr. R's deity mic with no audio filters turned on, it has a gain of 15 dB, but that's really required for that microphone. It's hitting about negative 35 dB, 3 feet away from the noisemaker. Yeah, so between 47 and 50 dB at the machine itself, and according to OBS, we're pulling about a negative 35 dB at the microphone 3 feet away, and this is what it sounds like. Your mileage may differ, but this is what it is. So hopefully that was helpful, and we will get back to the rest of the video. We forgot to record the audio for what it sounds like and looks like when it's just sitting there being itself. So we've just turned off FurMark. Looks like about a negative 40 sitting right at the device when it's not doing FurMark. So that's a fairly quiet PC with some get up and go. Not a lot, but some, a lot more than it had beforehand. And yeah, again, we have made some modifications to the fan setup, which required some surgery on the box. That's an entirely different video, though. And until then, we gotta go. So we'll see you again real soon. Bye!